Hey everybody, I'm PJ from Princess Craft RV. Today I'm going to show you the new inTech Forge. It looks like a toy hauler, and if you're looking for something large to carry that side by side, this might be the ticket. So a toy hauler is not your thing? Don't worry. This is great for families who want to carry their gear as well. You want to take along bicycles, maybe a kayak, I don't know, a barbecue grill. This sleeps up to 4 people, very versatile. You want to take a look, and it's got the kitchen and the bathroom. So 22 foot, 4 inches long. It only weighs about 4,000 pounds depending on the options, because you've got, again, some versatile ways to set it up inside, and we'll be going through that. You've got 3,000 pounds of carrying capacity, so whatever you want to bring with you, I bet it will fit in here. We're going to go through all those specs with you, so stick with us. I'm going to head inside and we're going to start looking at all of the things you can do with this trailer. Let's go. You know, like every flyer, this feels so open. I can't imagine all the different things you could do with this space. I'm going to start by showing you the cargo area. Let's take a look. Now, the first thing you're going to say is, what fits back here? Well, it's 6 foot 10 inches wide, 6 foot 9 inches tall, and 11 foot long. So you've got plenty of space. Like I mentioned, a side-by-side, even with a top roll cage, can fit in this space here. But you have kayaks, bikes, anything else, all kinds of space. You have 9 tie downs on the floor. Now each tie down holds 500 pounds, so very easy to work with those D-rings. And it's on this beautiful black coin floor. Super easy to clean. Now while we're talking about that, because if you're out there having adventures, your trailer might get a little dirty. It happens. Let's talk about the nylon covering on the walls. It looks like carpet, and so many of you have said, oh no, it's so hard to clean, but it's not. I have literally exploded a Coke can onto this. It dried, and just a little mild soap and water cleans right up. This is a nylon fabric, so it's not going to be absorbing any of the mud, any of the stains. And if anything you're carrying in this area happens to rub up against it, it's not going to mar the wall, and it's not going to damage your gear. So it's a win-win. I love the nylon carpeting on the sides. Let's talk about sleeping, because that is one of the best things about this space. Once you get where you're going, you may want to sleep 2 people, or you may have separate bunks, or maybe a 4th person. So lots of choices here. Standard on this trailer is going to be the tip-out bunk. There is nothing on the outside that you need to prop it up with. It just unhooks, lays down, and you pop in the support at the top. Very easy to do. It does have the coverings on the sides, all 3 sides, that you can unzip for the screen so that you get a nice breeze coming through here. You know, if you're camping and it's great weather, you're going to want that nice breeze, maybe at night. The tip-out mattress, it is 48 inches wide and 80 inches long. Comfortable for 2 people for sure. Now, plenty of headroom when you sit down. You guys know I'm 5 foot tall, so that's why I like to give you the dimensions. And speaking of dimensions, there is a lot to talk about as far as the size of everything in this trailer. Be sure to check the notes down below, because we're going to give you all the details. All right, so this bed can hold 1,100 pounds. The support is right here on this cord. Very easy to fold out and fold up. And the best thing is, when it's folded in, there is a cover that goes around here, so it only sticks in about 6 inches. So it isn't intruding in your space on the inside. All right, if you need more sleeping, over here on this side, standard is this sofa. Now it lays down to a bed or sits up into a sofa. Let's see if we can take a look at that. I'm going to open it up for you. Unclips on both sides. And grab that. So this bed is going to be 75 inches long and it's 40 inches wide. Very comfortable for an adult. Up above, there is an optional drop-down bunk. This right up here, Very easy to do. Just unclip it right there, and this pulls right down. Let me grab the other side. Again, you guys know I'm 5 foot tall, and if I can do this, you know it's easy. This is 35 inches wide, 75 inches long. Again, very comfortable for an adult. This may not be great for sitting, right? But for sleeping, I think it will work. Very nice option if you want to sleep 4 people. Then, of course, folding it back up is just as easy as folding it down. All right, there is one more option. You can get a tip out on one side, which is standard. And if you don't have the sofa or the drop-down bunk, you get the tip out on the other side. That is an option as well. Now, that is why it's very difficult to know exactly what this trailer will weigh, because it depends on how you configure it. We'll be talking about other options as we go through. I'll try to mention what you could do without if maybe it's something you don't need. This is a fully optioned trailer, by the way. So up here above, they do have some storage. Now this does have some nice red light in the cubbies, which, I don't know, adds a little style to it. You do have the elastic on the front, so it's going to hold any of the clothes, gear that you're going to put up there in the top. All right, let's move forward just a little bit, because right in front of this tip out, you may have noticed there is a retractable ladder right here. That is because, unlike the rest of the Flyer trailers, this trailer has a full walk-on roof, and it's set up for this ladder to get you up there on the far side. So when we're looking around the outside, I'll be sure to point that out. It's great that there's a nice storage place right here, so it's out of the way when you're not using it. You do have a window here that's going to open, and one directly across from it. With those windows, you also have a max air fan up in the center, and you can turn that on and get lots of breeze coming through here. It is reversible, and it has a cover on it in case it rains. So really nice feature to add to this trailer. If you don't want that, you've got air conditioning right here. Now, standard in here is the 11,000 BTU air conditioner. It does have the soft start built in as standard. So if you're running off a generator, it's going to be a nice feature to have. All right, that is so easy to put up, and I wanted to fold this up so you could see what it was like. Just a nice seating area, really comfortable here. So in the kitchen, right above here, I want to point out that there's also a 12,000 BTU furnace. So between the air, the furnace, the windows, that max fan, all kinds of options. 12-volt refrigerator right here. Now this is an 8 cubic foot. Tons of space in here. You know, there's a lot of residential refrigerators that aren't much bigger than this. Now this is 12 volt, which means it doesn't need the vent on the outside. If you're a little concerned about it running off the battery, these 12 volt compressor driven refrigerators use a fraction of the electricity that the standard RV refrigerators do. So don't be afraid of that. It is going to be really quiet, really efficient. The best part is that it cools off in a couple of hours. No waiting all night for your refrigerator to get cold. So I am a real fan of these refrigerators. Now let's look behind me. 2-burner stove right here on the left. It does have the iron grid on the top, really nice for cleaning, and a beautiful farmhouse sink here that's famous in the inTech lines. They have a nice backsplash here. I don't know, just adds a bit of class, don't you think? And of course, some pretty deep cubbies up here. These are about 15 inches deep. You do have closed storage on the top. These are magnetic closes, so it takes a bit of a pull to open them. The best part is they're not going to open on their own when you're going down the road. Right here on the end is the monitor panel and the tank heaters and the water pump. That's right, there are tank heaters and line heaters in case you're traveling or camping in freezing weather. Now, as far as this, you have the fresh black and gray. This has a 28-gallon freshwater tank, 38-gallon black and gray combined tank. That's plenty for a trailer this size. All right, Let's keep going over here. Let me lift this up to lay it down. And over here, you've got the USB ports and 110 plugs. I would have a coffee pot right back here, and that would get me up in the morning. I don't know. Perfect layout right here. I love the high arch on the faucet. Now let's look at the storage down below. Really a nice space for storage down there. It is about 15 inches deep, and you've got the full height. Easy to put shelves in if that's what you need. Up at the top, there's the converter. It's going to have the breakers and fuses in it. Also, it is going to convert your shore power if you're plugged in at a campsite to 12 volt and trickle charger batteries. The battery disconnect is over here on the left, and you want to use that if it's in storage. And down below, that is going to control the Suburban water heater. This trailer has the tankless water heater in it. Now, that doesn't mean you're getting instant hot water, but it does mean that you're not going to waste a lot keeping it hot in there all the time. It's going to heat it as you need it, which is great if you want to save some water. All right, we do have a little more storage, so let's take a look right here. And I don't know why I said that. I said a little more storage. Look at that. That's got to be over 2 feet deep, and it is the full space underneath this counter. Okay, just a few more things to show you over here. We do have the stereo up here in the corner. It's going to be the AM/FM Bluetooth stereo that you would expect in a trailer like this. And a switch right here, kitchen accents. I love the LED lights that brightens up the sink and the stove when you're cooking. When you don't need it, out of the way. Right here next to the door, the controls for the Dometic air conditioner. This is your awning controls. Now this trailer has a 14-foot awning with the LED strip in it. And the reason I point that out is because this is a one-touch awning control. Just touch it once. You don't have to hold the button down, watch it, be sure it's doing what it should be doing. You touch it, walk away, your awning goes out. So really nice feature there. And it has a wind sensor in it. So the wind kicks up, it comes right back in. Down below, of course, the main lights here. If you're not a fan of these red lights, there's a switch, just turn it off. And then of course, a switch for the porch light outside. This remote here is going to control the power fan. So if you're resting and you have this power fan going, you need to turn it up or down, you can have the remote control it right from there. So many really convenient features in this space. And remember I told you in the beginning, it had really all the basic amenities of any trailer in a very small toy hauler. And last but definitely not least is going to be the wet bath. So let's take a look at that. First thing I love about this, there's a mirror on the door. Just swing it all the way open. I've got the mirror that I need, and I don't know, I just think it's a great design. This is the same bathroom that you'll find in all of the rest of the inTech products. You'll see it in the Soul, you'll see it in the Terra, and you'll also see this in the OVRs. So it is a one-piece bathroom, and let's talk about the door first. I know it's not the most exciting piece, but there's no shower curtain here because the door has a complete seal on it. Nothing runs out. You just open and close the door. You have a solid shower in there. You know, that's huge because as you move around, you don't want that shower curtain sticking to you. Really nice feature. Remember, it's 6'9" in here. When I step inside, it drops down to 6'3". You do have to step up just a little bit to get in, but once you're in, you have a really nice space, 30 inches wide, 43 inches long. I give you those dimensions because sometimes a wet bath is not really popular, but when you have a combination toilet and shower, not only does it stay really clean, but you get a little more elbow room. So hopefully that's helpful if you're a little bigger than my 5-foot tall frame. All right, another thing they do in here is they give you a porcelain toilet. So it feels very residential and like everything else that inTech does, very solid. A nice hanger on the side with pockets in it so you can keep all your toiletries there. The shower head adjusts up and down to the height that you need it. And just a really solid build. You get little hooks to put your towels on. Nicely done. You even have a fan at the top so you can vent the bathroom. Great job in there. And now there's a toy hauler that's lightweight. Remember, this is only 4,000 pounds. You get a wet bath, all the amenities, the kitchen, sleeps for, I don't know. I think it's kind of perfect for a family or somebody who just wants to get out there and have some adventures. Now that we've talked about the inside, stick with me because we're gonna go out there and talk about the construction and the options that are on the outside. Let's go. If you're familiar with inTech trailers, you know that they have an aluminum cage frame. What does that mean? Well, it is a fully welded aluminum frame, and not only does it have an aluminum chassis underneath, but the walls, the ceiling, they're all welded together before they start to build the trailer. Now, a standard build's gonna have a steel chassis, and then if they have aluminum framed walls, they're laminated and then they get attached to the bottom. Not nearly as strong as having a one-piece trailer before you put the walls on. The exterior in the Flyer line is an 040 aluminum, and you notice it is a screwless exterior, so you don't have rivets or screws to deal with. No water intrusion there, just a really nice look. Like a motorsports trailer. If you're familiar with inTech, you know that they do have a line of motorsports trailers. They build some really nice, unique, custom builds, and you know what? This Forge is no exception. Very well done. Now the off-road tires, the drop axle, they're all standard on here, as well as the diamond plate on the bottom. Colors? Well, there are 3 basic colors on the outside, and of course it's just the top. This bottom diamond plate always stays black. So it's either a charcoal, which is what this is, a silver, or a white. Now you can get 2 more colors. It's just a slight upcharge, and it's a bright red or a black. So if you love those colors, then it's worth a few $100s, right? Okay, let's keep going because there's so much to see. Now I'm gonna open this rear door for you to show you how easy it is and talk about what it can carry. Now this has a 2,200 pound capacity. Just give it a little pull here. Not hard to do, it is weight balanced, very easy to drop down. So it isn't something, in fact, look, it doesn't want to stay on the ground, it's so balanced. It does have a rough surface on the back, so it's going to grip whatever you're rolling in there. You're not going to slip off the back. Again, 2,200 pounds on this rear door. It is 6'2" wide at the opening, 6'7" up to the top. Now you're going to lose just a few inches there with the drop-down bunk, so keep that in mind if you're measuring for that side-by-side. Underneath this door is a 2-inch hitch, and it's going to hold up to 175 pounds in case you have extra gear you want to put on the back. At the end of this, I just want to point out that there is a vent here in case you have anything with fumes that might be inside. While you're driving, you can open that vent, and the sewer hose holder is right behind that axle there, right underneath. So you might want to grab that before you put your tip out down, right? Make it easier. Let's go in front of the axle for the actual hookup. Now remember I told you this has a full walk-on roof. You'll also see up there, there's a ladder rack. The ladder rack's optional, but great to have and to get access to it because this is a tall trailer. Then you have this block right up here. And when we saw the retractable ladder on the inside, just extend it. It hooks right in there and opens up so that you can get up and down onto the roof. That's great if you've got extra gear to carry, easy access, and a very small carrying space. Let's keep going. Now, it's not really exciting to talk about the sewer connections, but important to know, right? You connect right down here, and of course it's gonna have the pole right on the side. It is a 38-gallon tank, and it is black and gray together, so you've only got one handle. There's a Suburban tankless water heater right here, and right up there is that 12,000 BTU furnace. In front of it, You've got the city water fill, and the city water fill here, and up above it, that is going to be that fresh tank fill. 28 gallons of fresh water. Shore cord connection right here, and just above it, this is a portable solar panel connection. If you would like to charge those batteries, very easy to carry a portable solar panel, set that out in the sun, and plug it in. You know, my favorite thing is to park in the shade, so I always like the portable solar. I can get that in the sun, I can park in the shade, works great. All right, let's head around to the front. Up in front is the 20-gallon propane and this nice ABS box. Let's open this up. And in here you'll find a battery compartment towards the right and lots of storage to put anything else that you'd like to store in here. Really nice outside storage. Now there is a plate right here on the tongue, so you could also strap something on right here. I don't know, not quite set up for that, but very easy to do. You do have a standard crank on this. Now you could always add electric. Again, an easy option to add at the dealer. And I like to look at the front of this trailer and point out the framing. At inTech, the chassis, the walls, the roof, all integrated, all welded together, and all aluminum. That's awesome. All right, moving around to the front, there's only a few more things I want to mention. One of them is the magnetic door opener. Now that is going to hold that door open when you need it to stay and not blow in the wind. I know it's a small thing, but I love that feature. The other thing is there is a gas port right here. If you wanted to put out your own barbecue grill, then it's going to be right here at the end of that wonderful 14-foot awning that we talked about. Remember, it's one push. You've got a great outdoor space with great shade. So much great things on this trailer, but the thing that I love so much about the Forge is how versatile it is. So regardless of what adventure you're looking for, you might want to take a look at the inTech Forge. Listen guys, I always love showing you trailers. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.